All right, welcome back, everybody. In just a moment, we will be viewing Sashi's presentation. Oh my God, we're back again, preparing for large events. For the next presentation, we'd like to remind you that if you're treating the seminar as a podcast and you're only tuned in via audio, you are encouraged to view the video because we will have some coverage of some interviews and some other aspects of big events, which Sashi will be walking us through. So without further ado, I'd present you our last presenter for our Q2 SEA conference. We have Sashi Balakrishnan with Oh My God, We're Back Again. Take it away, Sashi.
You're doing a much better job of singing than I am, Ben. Well done. Oh my God, we're back again. Hello, everyone. Let's switch to this. Now you can see me. Welcome and hi. I really enjoyed QJ's presentation just now. That was really good. If everyone has any issues hearing me or seeing this video, please let me know. This is going to be streamed. Technically, it's like a stream. It's like a live stream instead of me using a video. I'm using the video inside my stream so I can add in more stuff. Hi, hello. Okay, everyone can see me. That's good. Now, this is Oh my God, we're back again is a simple guide to judging in, I know it says judging in tournaments, but what I meant was judging in big tournaments again. Because before the pandemic, we had a lot of Magic Fests, we had a lot of Grand Prix, we had all the kind of stuff, that huge tournaments that was going on everywhere. We even had some in Southeast Asia until they stopped it in like 2017. The photo in the Oh my God, we're back again, that photo was actually GP Bangkok, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the last big event that we had in Southeast Asia. And now this guide is for a lot of the judges in Southeast Asia who are pandemic babies. You guys got certified now and like you didn't really have a chance to experience. I was GP Bangkok. Cool. Thanks again. Is the video lagging? Yeah, some people, this is just my video. There'll be more videos coming on. Or where was I? Just got totally lost in mind. Okay, so for some people who are pandemic babies, you didn't have a chance to do it, but there are other judges who've been around since before then. So this will be like a reintroduction for the old judges and also a new intro walkthrough for the new judges as well. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Sashi Balakrishnan. If you can see the video in the background, the video has no sound, so don't worry about it. This video was shot in GP Manchester back in 2014, I think, because they were doing some, the Wizards was doing some videos about the tournament, and they're like, hey, you're a judge from around the world, let's talk to you. That was one of the many Grand Prix I've judged. I've been a level 2 certified judge since, actually level 2 in 2010, but level 1 certified in 2004. So I've been a certified judge for 19 years, and I've judged in 101 Grand Prix and Magic Fests in multiple different roles. The last one, the 101 GP, Magic Fest being the one in, was it? No, Lyon, right before everything shut down for the pandemic. I was supposed to do like 3 more after that, but that didn't happen. The reason I'm saying I've judged so many GPs in Magic Fest is this is my big event experience. It speaks for itself. And also here in Southeast Asia, I've also judged in both the regional qualifiers recently, and also I'm set to judge in the 3rd one in a few weeks in Singapore. Now, this presentation is also an open chat. You can ask questions anytime you want. You can interrupt me in chat if you want, if you have questions and you want to say something. I have chat open, but if I'm going to read my chat, read my notes, and also look at the camera while I'm talking to you and doing a live stream like this is really cool. I actually am enjoying this. I might have a lot of work to do, but that's fine. Wow, judge for 19 years. We have an 18-year-old judge in the Philippines. That's right. I've been judging before you were born. Are you using the same glasses? No, but this is a different glasses compared to the one in the video. As you can see, the video is looping because that was my interview part. Also, since this is about returning back to judging big events, and I was like thinking, because I don't want to just do slides and pointers and slides and stuff like that. I wanted to show you stuff. And I was like, well, I'm going to MagicCon Minneapolis, which is last week. So what I did was I shot a whole bunch of videos and I talked to a bunch of judges and I asked them one question. There was only one question I asked them, which was, how do you prepare for big tournaments? How do you prepare for tournaments, basically? We had, I think, about 15 judges who I managed to get answers from, and I'll be playing their videos later on. So hopefully I've increased the volume of their interview. So hopefully everything will be clear. If the sound in the video goes off sync, that will happen. That's just the speed of the internet. I can't do anything about that. But hopefully everything will go well while doing this. Now, right now, we're just going to show you what I'm going to do is I have a run through of the whole area of MagicCon Minneapolis, which is an amazing event, by the way. I had a lot of fun there. What we're going to do is, as you can see, I'm wearing the staff shirt. I'm hype. Okay, it was a really great event. I really enjoyed it. And I want you to experience what I experienced. So let's go on and I'll give you, I feel like I'm watching to Twitch. That's the whole point. Yeah, you got it, Wenda. That's the whole point, is to do it like a Twitch stream. Okay. So in Minneapolis, let's play this. This video has no sound either. I didn't want the whole background sound going on. As you can see, because I can pause the video anytime I want. So if you ask me a question specific to the video that we're watching, I can pause it and I can answer your question and we can continue watching. And dang GP Bangkok, we like, okay, cool. And right now it's playing. This is the Command Zone tournament, Snowstorm. There's only one entrance to the halls, but everybody found it because everything else you can't enter to it. This is the only doors that enter into the place. As you can see, both the vendors are right in front of you, and then you go off to the side and you can see a huge area. Now I'm going to pause this here. If you see the green area, that's the green dome. Where can we see the full video? This video is not out yet. This is just for you guys. You guys are getting the world premiere. Okay, this video is just for you right now. The green color, you can see the top, the dome, the ceiling, that's one dome. The red one right beside you is another one. And then on the right side of the right side, oh, am I pointing that way? Yes, correct. Of the screen, there's a purple dome. That's a 3 different domes. Those are 3 different halls. That's how big this place is. Okay, we're going to continue watching this. This red dome is where the command zone was. This whole, as you can see, that big sign that says command zone. The whole tables, which are gold colored cloths, those are all the command zone area. If you see in the far corner, the far end, there is a red dragon, which is up in the air. I think it's Shivan dragon. And it will randomly roar on and off. If you and that whole area where the Shivan dragon is the free play area where people will just sit down and just play Commander, play whatever they want. The command zone, of course, everyone's playing Commander, or they could be playing whatever they want. And throughout the weekend, this gold table right here, I'm pausing it, has been full. Like everyone just wanted to be there. And if you see anyone wearing this shirt, those are the staff members. Basically, they're the judges, and those are the ones walking around. This is just huge. We had multiple land stations, as you can see. That's the green dome on the other side. That's where the tournament area was, where we had 5 different zones. Of course, white, black, blue, green, red. And this is the blue area. Blue area was the ODE section. So they had all the drafts, which is why you see a bunch of areas, tables slightly empty. But the rest of the zones were quite full most of the time, most of the day. I think this is during my break time. So I was just walking around. Ah, MagicCon. Yes, yes. Turn cards into cash. That's what we do. As you can see, this judge is right now telling this bunch of people, I'm pausing the video, just in case you're worried whether you're lagging. He's telling this pod of draft players how to draft. And if they have a question, raise your hand there and call judge. That's what's going on over there. So you can see on the other side, these are 2 cute judges. I think Graham and I can't remember the other judge's name. This is the blue area. Going into the middle of this whole dome is where we had the tournament control center. We had all the tables that had all the scorekeepers. We also had inside it, we had the extra products for all the tournaments. We had so many sealed products available on that side. And if you were in this area, the video is playing slightly slowly. I slowed it down because I realized that I was padding too fast and I didn't want you guys to feel a bit nauseous or something watching this. Oh, wait. Let's go back a bit. Let's see. I have to make this bigger so I can go back a bit. There you go. And then I have to pull this back here. No, that's not what I'm doing. There you go. All right. If you see my screen is here. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. If you see the purple dome on the far side, and for a moment I thought my internet got like, yes, I'm going to keep telling you when I'm pausing. I paused right now. Okay. If you see the far end, if you see me moving, I'm moving, and the video's not, that means I just paused. Okay. Don't worry about it. The purple dome is the one further on. It's the same size as the red dome in front of you and the green dome behind. So there's 3 different halls. That's how big it was. And the far corner, you can see the screens. That's where the stage was. That's where the game nights did their live play, Commander Pod play on stage while a whole bunch of people was watching. And every time somebody got eliminated, there was a huge roar from that end of the room, and we could hear it. And walking from this side to that side took like five, almost 10 minutes. Is really big. We're going to continue on. If you have any questions, like I said, you can just keep on talking. Is that Tron t-shirt reference? Tron? Maybe? I don't know. I love how the judges in draft pod did the gladiator pose. Are you not? I will tell that judge. Cool timer. For a moment, I thought my internet got laggy. My internet is always laggy. Oh, I'm sorry. All those Indonesia internet problems. How many staff in the event? We had about 300 staff, I think. Yeah, and you can constantly see somebody wearing this, right? You can constantly see a judge somewhere in the crowd. But we had a big crowd, right? And this is, which area is it? Let's see. We're facing the other side, which means I'm on the green. I'm right in front of the white stage, I think. Yep, I'm right in front of the white stage. Yeah, as you can see, the tablecloth are white. This is the green tablecloth. That's where QJ was. QJ was in the competitive area. Okay, the green cloth, the green stage area was when they had all the PTQs happening. So any of the competitive Royal tournaments all happened in that area. This is the purple table. Purple table is the Liliana black, of course. That was my area. This is the registration for tournaments line, which looks over to the other side. Just did a time lapse because I thought it was cool. 300 staff, judges, and operation staff. I think so, yeah. Do they have L1s and stuff? They have L0s and stuff. Okay, but of course, because they can put okay, this is my team. I was a team lead for all 3 days, and this is my team members. Really, really cool team members. I'm gonna continue. This is my area, which is like the black area, which is really cool. L0s, yeah. So what the L0s did was they were mostly involved in registration, customer service, anything that did not involve them being on the floor answering rules questions, right? So the L0s there were some L0s who were on prize wall, giving out stuff, because prize wall is not specific. So I guess L0s are not, what do you mean, skilled laborers, because they don't need any skills, or they don't need different type of skills. They don't need rules question skills, right? Like judges do on the floor. Let me continue playing the video. I want you to get the intensity, the immensity of the place. This place is huge. Okay, as you can see, that's Aryan. I forgot that judge's name. Klaus was my area lead, the whole black area. Klaus was the lead. Klaus is also the judge manager for Fab, I think. So not that I think, I know, but he's also here doing magic stuff as well, which is pretty cool. I'm going to take a photo of these people right here. The area is really, really big. If you're a judge staff for this and you're going back to this, you're going to be really intimidated. Now, this is, I think, the walk around I'm going to do, the blue stage, black stage, all onto the other side. You're going to be really intimidated when you walk into, or you get staff for this event. You walk in and it's hugely huge. And part of you is going to be super excited, but part of you is going to be like, oh my God, what am I doing here? I'm nobody. If you have imposter syndrome, it's going to kick in and it's really going to scare you. But that's the thing about judging in a big tournament. The differences between judging in a store tournament or even an RC, which is slightly bigger, but not this size, where there's so many judges around you, that's an advantage. Having so many judges around you. You may feel lost sometimes because you're just like wandering, and like sometimes you don't know what you're supposed to be doing because your lead's busy trying to solve some problems or whatever. But remember that you are part of a big system. You are part of a huge team of judges who are there to give a great experience for the players who paid money to be there. That's why last week when I was listening to Neo, I was like, judges' number one job is not answering those questions, is customer service. We are there to make sure that the players have a great experience during the tournament, and that they are having fun. And when they go home, they're like, oh man, I had a great time. That's our main goal. We want them to feel heard. If they had a problem, they were like, judge, they may be, really boisterous or really loud or whatever, but listen to them because they want to be heard, right? They want to be seen. They want to know that they had a problem that they have told you. Even if we can't solve the problem and nobody can, it was a problem that can't be solved. At least the players know that, okay, we've heard them, that they can do it. I can't wait for my first time. It sounds intimidating but fun. It was definitely fun, so much fun. What lessons would the LZO pick up if they're only limited non-skill tasks? Well, they are around judges. They will learn a lot of logistical issues, and they will also know how a tournament is run by big tournament organizers. Also remember that different tournament organizers have different processes for running tournaments, so it might you might need a learning curve to learn what's going on when you go into the tournament. This is a judge room. I know it's small. It's actually small, but the thing is, it actually worked throughout the weekend because some judges did not come here and hang out here. Some judges just left their bags here. Not all of us hung out, and not all of us had the same break times. And also we had shifts. We had a morning shift and an afternoon shift. This is inside near to the vendor area. And this is, of course, Judge Academy. That's Eric Dustin Brown and Samantha Har. Judge Academy had a booth. They were really cool. What they did this weekend was they gave us 6 boosters and did a judge league, and got us to play against each other. And if you played 5 matches against someone, it doesn't have to be the seal deck that you got. It could have been a one-on-one pickup game, a commander game, whatever. And you sign each other's cards. You come back with 5 signatures from 5 different judges. Only judges were allowed to play, of course, level 1s and above. We got a very special vampire token and that Steve Argyle made for us specifically. Did they play Just Shower? Some people played Just Shower, yes. There was people playing Just Shower in the back. In fact, staff list schedule does not have levels attached to the names, individuals' abilities, experience. Repetition is more important. Yes, repetition is very important in this particular TO. What is this? Gentle reminder. Oh, okay. Repetition is very important for this TO. They like to staff people they know, but they also will make space for newer judges so that they can also train new people. They can't just keep having the same people over and over again because that doesn't work. They will always have new people coming in. Let's continue the video. We're almost done, I think. So you could always go up to, oh, that's it. That was the end. So this is going to loop right now and I'll just keep on talking. So Judge Academy also was open for people to just go up there, sit down, talk to them, say, hey, this is my region. I actually wanted to talk to Samantha, but I couldn't throughout the weekend. I wanted to talk about, how they feel about Southeast Asian judges and blah, blah. So if you know anyone from Southeast Asia who's going to MagicCon, Judge Academy will be there. So you can always talk to people like that. If you have any questions that you want to ask them personally, you can always talk to people who are going and get them to ask that. Now, let me continue talking about preparing for big events and how big events feel like. The safety net of judges, when you have lots of judges over there, it also builds a sense of community. You feel like you're part of a big team. You may start feeling alone because you don't know all these people, but slowly, once you get to know them, once you make friends, once you judge with people, once you're part of a small team in the beginning, and then you're part of a bigger team, and then you're part of the whole judge group that is running this whole tournament, you feel really, really good. You're part of a community. You also need to find out leadership hierarchies, like who do you report to? Okay, you have I had your floor judge, and then you report up to your team lead. The team lead report up to the area lead. Area lead reports up to basically pastimes, and different tournaments, different organizers run it different ways. We also have, you need to find out what the prize structures are, who does what, like what team, there's a prize wall team, there's a back of house team, stuff like that. And also during the whole time, you can also find out a lot of things about getting mentored or also mentoring other people. We had a level 1 judge from Mexico. You're going to see him later talking. He basically was his 3rd big tournament, But again, he was like a sponge. He was just like absorbing information. It was like, teach me, teach me, teach me. He just wanted to learn and bring it back to his country so he can teach all the other judges. And that was really refreshing. But I think he felt a bit overwhelmed because it was a whole lot of information that he's going to absorb. Because in MagicCon, your skill level for a big tournament like this is going to go from that to that, like instantly, because you're going to be involved with so many different things. Now, before the event, preparation, judging or playing in big events can get really, really physical. Now, of course, you'll involve a whole lot of walking. As you can see, the big area it is, I walked quite a lot. I did not have my Fitbit, so I don't know how many steps I did, but I think one of my team members did about 21,000 steps on Saturday, which was the busiest day that we had. So please be careful. Since we haven't been doing much walking for the past 2 years, it's going to be quite difficult to be suddenly walking and standing around the whole day for the entire weekend. 3 whole days is going to be really tough. Okay, some well-known preparations. Go for walks for a few days of the week. Be physical when you can. Increase your stamina, leaps and bounds on the weekends. Okay, if you are a more physical person, or if you just do a bit more walks right before when you're supposed to go. If you're already an active person, then this advice is right down your alley. Also, if you're playing in a big tournament, this presentation is also a bit for players, but you can just listen along. It's quite energy tapping, right? Because you are also trying to keep track of when the tournaments are starting, where is it starting, and sometimes you just have no idea because you have not read the right information or you're getting multiple different information. So please keep track. Ask the judges. Most of the time, we will know. For instance, my first big tournament back was Magic 30 in Vegas. And it was really tough because I had to walk around huge area. Also, the hotel being walking distance did not help because that meant I walked more. And it was really, really, really tough. Also, next up, preparing for the big events, brush up on your rules knowledge, policy, IPG, the works. Okay, you might not know in a big event like this, sometimes you tend to get moved around a lot. You might be a head judge of a tournament, but half an hour later, you are sent to lunch. And lunch is an hour and a half. And once you come back, your tournament's like almost done. And then you're like, oh, you have to go over here, go help prize wall, or go over to the competitive area, work in a PTQ. And suddenly you're like, oh, wait, I did not read my IPG. And then you're in trouble. So make sure that you know and you read all your documents so that you're up to date. And you're also going to be going to this event to do a specific task for organizer. Make sure that you're keeping track of the emails and the communications coming from the organizers so that you know what you're supposed to be specifically doing. All right, you could be like, oh, I'm only on info desk. I don't really need to brush up my rules, right? But you only need to know this, or you need to learn up on how they run tournaments. Or I'm going to be head judge. Okay, this is the format that they give you. They're going to give you. We had so many different weird formats of tournaments that was coming up, and that was very exciting. All right, up to the first video I'm going to play. This video has audio. Is an interview with 4 judges as there's them answering that question: how do you prepare for big tournaments? Now, I think I push cars at parking lots in Indonesia. Oh my god, we Indonesians get physical in parking lots. Sorry, I just read the chat. 21,000 steps sounds enough to kill me. It does. It does. I can't wait for my chance to go one of these MagicCons. Can you use the Judge League to push Dual Commander? You can push anything you want. Yeah, man. Our judge, JA Overlords. I applied for it, waiting for Samantha to go back. Nice. DTO, can we get Judge Academy with Fatsi events? Nice. Okay, cool. Damn, sounds fun. Facts. Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to go to the first video. Can you tell us about the compensation for judging at this MagicCon? Well, kind of curious. Well, if I'm not mistaken, QG just posted the applications for MagicCon Barcelona just came out. The application itself has the comp right there, so you can look it up. If I'm not mistaken, for Minneapolis, the floor judge gets $250 per day, I think. Or is it $200? I can't remember. I can't remember exactly because all I know is just the full euros. 230 euros. Something like that. You can go look it up. I remember checking it, and the pricing is very similar between the euros and the dollars as well. Similar as in when you exchange the currency. 230 euros for floor. Go, there you go. All right, let's play the interview. I hope you guys can hear the voice properly, so everything works out well.
Hello, I am Alfonso Bueno from Spain.
Well, I'm Nicola.
I am from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Hi, Sean A. from That's something I'll always do before big events, studying the policy because it changed. It has changed many times amongst the years, and if you have not done an event for a month or two, things start to get blurry in your brain. So I restudy that. Then I like to prepare the task I'm going to be doing at that event. If I'm doing end of round, I prepare a little briefing for the judges to explain how I'm going to handle the end of round. If I'm the head judge, I get in touch with my team leaders to set expectations about how I would like things to be happening. Well, first of all, it depends on the format, but I usually review the release notes. I always have them on my phone handy. Then I usually talk with experienced judges of my confidence to see how things are going, if there's anything that I should keep an eye out for. And then I basically made up my mind that I'm gonna have a great weekend, and that it doesn't matter if I make a mistake, because we're all making mistakes all the time, and we're humans. So that really puts my mind at ease. So yeah, that would be my advices. If we're big events, I typically review the rules documents. I read up on the forums to keep myself in the loop for any changes that might come at last second, or there's other critical information that comes from the leadership that wants us to keep ourselves in the loop so that we're all, we're presenting the same information, sharing the same ideas. But reading the documents helps a lot to refresh, if any rule changes, anything new came out.
At the start of this large event that I am currently working,
Okay, I gotta talk about Zach. Zach was on my team all 3 days. He's level 1, level 2. I can't remember what level he was, but he was amazing because most of the time I don't care what level you are. Just tell me if you are comfortable with whatever you're judging, and I was okay with placing them in places. And Zach was really, really good, and his answer is hilarious. He just like, I panicked, but then people put me in place, and that was great. So then I asked him, so now that you know what you know, what would you do? And then he answers this.
panicked. And all I really had to do is just rely on my teammates. That was huge. And then the people in the lead positions. Any questions that I had were answered pretty fast with great confidence. And that's very nice. Do better at looking at all of the information given in the Discord channels for the larger events, definitely. It was a lot to keep track of, and I kind of gave up a couple days beforehand, and that was definitely a mistake. So I learned from that, but I was able to reread all the resources after the first day, and it helped a lot going into day 2.
As you see, those are the 4 judges. I spoke to 15 judges, and also remember that I ambushed them basically for judges. But they knew I was going to ask them nicely, and I say, hey, do you want to be in an interview that judges from Southeast Asia is going to see? And they say yes. It's really nice. So I managed to talk to 15 people. Now, of course, going back to preparing for big events, not forgetting the rustiness of your unused lack in practicing your judge mind. When you don't judge tournaments regularly, you start rusting. I had one of my major big event screw-ups happened in SCG Philly last year, right after Magic 30 in Vegas, where it was a very simple judge question, my rules question. And for the life of me, my brain just froze and I did not know the answer. And my brain just gave me the wrong answer. And then I was like, wait, remember big events, safety net? So I turned around, there was another judge beside me who I did not know. It was a new judge from the US. So I asked the judge and I was like, hey, what's the answer to this question? He looks at me, I'm like, I think it's this. And he's like, yeah, it's that. I was like, okay. So because I had backup, I went and delivered the ruling. And of course, the ruling was wrong. It could have caused him to lose the match. I don't know if it did, but he did lose the match. But later on, once I realized my answer was wrong, I went back to the player and I apologized. And I said, hey, remember that ruling I gave you? I was wrong. I'm really sorry. I don't know why my brain just froze and I could not give you the right answer. I apologize. The player was really nice about it. He was like, oh, okay, I understand. I accept your apology. But then he came back to me later on and said, hey, since I lost the match and it was your fault, what do I get? And I was like, crap. And then I had to bring it up to SCG, and they solved it for him. I think he was like really low in the tables that they gave both players a win. So that was solved. But it taught me a lesson. I have to keep making sure that I polish my judge brain so that I don't get that kind of rustiness anymore. So remember, coming back, you might get this kind of situations. So also, depending, let's see, what am I missing? Getting to the flow of things require be diligent and curious. Always ask questions. Know your role. Know your format. Know the format of what you're judging. If you're judging Pioneer, if you're judging Modern in the next RC, that might be important. And let's play the next interview. And of course, this interview also talks about people who are traveling to big events. Travel prep is important. You have to pack well, know your routes, manage accommodations. Not everyone can have QJ traveling with you where he takes care of everything. QJ is amazing, by the way. So make sure that you know how you're going to travel. If you've never traveled before, please talk to people who have traveled so that they can help you out. Let's go on to our next interview. This is Patrick, Vona, Ollie, and Liz. I think they talk about taking care of their health, mental health.
So my name is Patrick Cool. I am a level 2 judge from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
My name is Vona Reste. I'm L2 from the Eastern US.
So hi everyone, I'm Ollie Bird, level 3 from Ireland.
So I'm Liz Mackey. I'm a level 2 judge from Scotland.
For me, most of it is mental. Like I have a tendency to clear out my schedule for a few days ahead of time so that I don't like drag myself down. I tend to keep myself pretty busy all the time. And it's something that I have to consciously keep myself from doing when I am planning for a big event like this weekend.
The way that I like to prepare for big events, for me, it's really important to make sure that I've packed all the things that I need to be comfy and take care of myself during the weekend, because more than anything, taking care of yourself and making sure that you can make it through the weekend is the most important.
I prepare for big tournaments by massively under preparing and winging it. I've decided this doesn't really work recently, so I've tried to change to preparing for big tournaments by usually flying. There are no big tournaments in my country. For recent events, I prepare quite heavily. I do a lot of, basically, for the Magic Cons in particular, my role tends to be as an area manager. So what's important for me is to make sure that the people who are working in my area have what they need to be comfortable. And for a lot of people, that is knowing beforehand what you're going to do so you can prepare for it. Might not work for me, works for most people. It works for, even if it only worked for one person, I would do it for that, do it so that one person had it. And so therefore, what I prepare for tournaments in this kind of situation is much more, I will look over every event that I have to work with, look at all the judges, ask people, do you have stuff you particularly like to do? Do you have stuff you particularly not like to do? And tie all these things together and try to get as many people as close as possible to what they enjoy.
Ollie's answer, I paused the video. Ollie's answer is very specific because Ollie is an area lead. He was the red area lead, so he is giving you a very specific answer regarding to what he wants to do to make the lives of other judges much easier, so that they get to do things that they want to see, that they want to do, rather than what is area lead? Simply as a mother of cats. So remember the hall that we went to, the red stage, the black stage, the blue stage, the green stage. Basically, the red area was Ollie's, right? Klaus had the black area, which is mine. I can't remember who the lead for green area was. Was it Carter, QJ? So all these people were area leads, so they were the higher leads than the tournament, the normal leads. Or Aben Bears, okay. So we had all this kind of area leads. So Ollie's answer is very specific to what he was doing. Also, Ollie is an amazing judge. He is such an amazing human. He's also certified an old Malaysian level 1 when he was studying in Ireland. The judge from JB. I don't think he's still certified anymore. But that was hilarious though, because he messaged me out of nowhere 5 years ago, and he was like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" I'm like, "No, he's Malaysian and he's studying here in Ireland, and I'm certifying him." Okay, cool. That was quite interesting. But Ollie is an amazing person.
How do I prepare for a magic tournament? There are multiple things to do, and I think 100 people probably talk about 100 different things. So I'm going to tell you the one thing that matters to me the most, which is a couple of weeks before the tournament, I started doing more walking. I know that my feet are going to hurt, and I make sure I bring some very comforting self-care items as the phone. I make sure that I can relax my feet and rest whenever I can. But just before the event, a couple of weeks before, I start doing more walking. I work an office job. I don't do enough walking anyway, so this gives me an opportunity to make sure that my feet are prepared for the future. That's what I do.
That should be easy. Easy, yes. Easy is Ollie's Judgling in JB. That's correct. Now, that's all about preparing before. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but the thing is, preparing for a tournament should come naturally to you right now because you've probably judged some smaller tournaments. But the best advice I can give you is ask questions. Ask judges that have worked big tournaments and say, "Hey, what should I think of?" before you actually do it. Because just remembering from what you're doing here might not be enough. Always communicate, talk to other judges. This is during the tournament itself. So how do you take care of during the tournament in a big area like this? Always communicate, talk to our judges, know what you're doing. Please let people know if you're just going to walk off to the toilet or something so that your team lead does not look for you. Talk to your team leads, set achievable goals. When I mean achievable goals is, I think that speaks for itself, right? This weekend, I want to answer 3 good judge questions. This weekend, I'm judging in a competitive tournament and I do not want to be appealed, or if I'm appealed, I want it to be upheld, that kind of thing. So set achievable goals. This weekend, I want to have fun. This weekend, that's actually quite easy to do. If you're planning to have fun, you should usually have fun. All right. Also remember to pace yourself. Do not, go all in on Thursday doing setup, and then Friday you're just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then sleep properly, sleep on time. I know some of you want to go out partying and stuff, but people are paying you money to work for this event. So if you're coming in zombified, imagine you going zombified to work at your office. So that's not a great thing to do. Okay, it's not a great look. Stay focused during the event, know what you're doing, use your teammates to help you stay focused. Teamwork matters. It's a big event, but remember, all of you are working towards the same goal, and it's all about customer satisfaction, making sure the players go home happy. Sometimes you may encounter difficult situations, difficult players, difficult other judges that you don't want to be working around. That happens, but remember that you can always go talk to your team lead. Always, always have the option to escalate. Don't have to do something if you don't want to do it, right? If you see something that, this is a competitive tournament, I need to give this player a warning, or give him a warning for something that you didn't like him doing, and you don't want to do it, go talk to someone. Go talk to your lead. Go talk to your area lead. Go talk to pastimes if somebody's threatening you. Always know that you can escalate. You don't have to handle things on your own, because this is a big team that is there to do all the work. All right. Some issues I've encountered: players with weird t-shirts or offensive t-shirts or festive playmats who are like, when you tell them, hey, this is not great, and they go like, so what? And then like, okay, cool. You walk away and you get somebody from, pastimes to come over. When we had the full-on mask mandate before in Philly and in Vegas, we had a lot of players who were like giving a lot of pushback. And Meg was very easy. Meg was like, you're gonna see Meg in this photo right now. She's gonna be right there. That's Meg. Yeah, that's Meg. Meg is amazing. Meg was like, yeah, if anything happens, just say thank you. Come over, tell me, I'll kick them out for you. So Meg takes care of you. Meg's an amazing, amazing TO to work with. Now we're gonna play. We got 2 more interviews. We're just gonna play them back to back, so you can just watch them. This is, let's see, what am I playing? I'm playing Matthew. All right.
Hello, I'm Kevin Blaze Smith II.
So I'm Matthew Fox. I'm from here in Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area.
Hello, my name is Daniel Lee. I'm a level 3 from Los Angeles, California.
Hello, my name is Peter Davies and I'm level 2 judge from Vancouver, Canada.
My personal preparation routine that is most different from other people, I would say, is making it a very high priority to know how I'm going to eat and drink things over the course of a weekend or a day. And then ways to make sure that I have a plan to also sleep, the amount of sleep that I need. I'm somebody who needs like a good solid 8 to 9 hours of like beauty rest. Some people do less. Then beyond that, it's very like tournament dependent. Whatever I need to know for whatever event. Like this weekend, I'm not actually running tournaments. I'm like customer experience, which is info about tournaments. So I need to know a lot of like general info and like where I need to send people to get the specific info. So to prepare for a big tournament, I've actually got the biggest thing for me is making sure I pack everything correctly, like especially when it comes to things like a water bottle. For the days of like, I try to bring RX bars in particular, my favorite protein bars. They're really helpful when you find yourself in a convention center that doesn't have food nearby, or the food is like not great, or the timing of your break just doesn't work out. Like having a protein bar is really helpful. If there's one that you like, and so making sure you have stuff like that stocked. I also highly recommend, if you can swing it, brand new socks are vastly underrated. So like fresh pair of socks, like good socks, good insoles in your shoes, like you're gonna be on your feet a lot. So like prioritizing the things that are gonna make the weekend survivable for you, because it's a lot of work. So those are probably the most important things that I make sure to pay attention to, in addition to like, what roles am I going to be doing? So I have some idea of like, oh, am I doing deck checks? Should I read up on the format? Things like that.
I do a number of things when I prepare for a big event. I like to get lots of sleep beforehand. That's really important. I try to limit my diet to basic things so that my stomach doesn't become upset when I change diets. And so I can actually work better with more energy due to having a proper diet. That helps a lot. The carbohydrates too, it keeps your energy up, which is great. Other than that, I also like to connect with judges beforehand, so I get to know who I'm working with, so I can make friends, and then when I meet them at the event, I already know a little bit about them. It's a good idea. Yeah, try to make friends.
Where was Daniel? He was in the Pro Tour on Friday. He was in the Command Zone on Sunday. I don't know where he was on Saturday, but yeah, he was on the Pro Tour on Friday. Daniel's an amazing person. Of course, physical and mental health is something that you have to take care of. Like for instance, Peter was talking about eating food properly. So different people might have different needs. So only you know yourself best. So make sure that you are preparing yourself for the rigors of judging a 3-day huge event. Okay, it's going to be a lot of walking. So again, says, what's the difference between judging a large event and local event? The size. Easily the size, easily the number of people, and also sometimes you just feel lost, and the amount of walking you're going to be doing is going to be huge. So the amount of prep you have to do to make sure that you take care of yourself, or you have to be more aware of things that's happening around you. Also key, in past times for this MagicCon, what they did was all the information was done over Discord. So you have to constantly check the Discord all the time to make sure that you're up to date with the information that they're throwing at you. So you know what's going on. Maybe they, sometimes when they change your check-in time, like you're supposed to start to work at this time, or they pushed it later because something happened, then you need to find out from the Discord. So also make sure that you are always keeping track of how the TO is communicating with you. Once again, back to physical health, mental health, make sure you're comfortable doing the work. You should be enjoying yourself as well. I know it's work, but if you're not having fun, the player is not going to get it from you. Okay, so the player will get your vibe. So if your vibe is not fun, the players are also not like, oh, what's going on, man? Something's wrong here, right? So once again, you know yourself best to take care of yourself. Last interview right here. This is Aryan, Dave, and also the Mexican judge Fabian, who just watched.
I'm Aryan. I'm level 2 from the Netherlands.
I'm Dave. I'm from Central New Jersey.
Hello. My name is Fabian Velasco Perez. I'm a level 1 judge from Mexico. Yeah, I prepare for big events by mostly looking at the rules that are expected of me, and then seeing if I'm confident in doing that without much preparation, or if I want to check extra preparation, extra things. Especially when I started doing competitive more, when it was just fresh level 2 or even level 1. I would always look at the IPG again, refresh my sort of my knowledge of the main things, just so I felt more confident going into the day and more prepared. So yeah, and now overseas, a lot of packing and prep as well, of course.
So it depends on the type of tournament. If I am judging a command fest, I like to review the jar and some like common like rules questions that come up in Commander, or maybe some fun interactions or rules that come up. That way you can share with other viewers at the event. Especially if the new set had some weird interactions or popular cards in Commander. Those reviews are useful to have. Command tests often also run drafts, so those interactions are also useful if people play drafts. If I'm judging a competitive level event, I certainly review the opportunity beforehand, maybe on the flight over, depending on how long the flight is, or the day before or the night before in the hotel. That's just so I have a better draft of the RPG and more and that's what I do. Otherwise, make sure well ahead of time, so that way I'm not showing up at the event and wondering where are my red pins, because that has happened to me before. Or I go up at the airport and not have proper identification aboard my flight, which also happened before. That was not good. Yeah, just make sure that I'm prepared ahead of time for that. Traveling or the hotel stay if it's a multi-day event, and make sure I'm refreshed on the rules and policy that I need to.
That's a very comprehensive answer. I like that.
This is my third big event here in Minneapolis. The first one was in Las Vegas 2021. And since then, everything changed because the Magic player that I was to be changed to be a judge, like a professional thing. And right now, being here, it's only teaching and learning from other people that it's very, very in touch of this kind of environment. And I love it. It's very important that you know, or for myself, that making trips to other countries, you need to know what papers you need. You need to know what the language almost. You need to know like what you will do. And the most important thing is that it doesn't matter, because there you will meet people that already know that, and they will teach you how to do their thing, and they will teach you how to get better. And if you don't, and if you do something like it's not that quite right, feedback is something that in this profession it's not only needed, but it's something that improves not only the actions in your performance with the people, with the players, with the environment, with the event. Because here we are part of this moment, and I'm very happy to be here. I prepare myself mentally because you will have 3 days stand up, working all the time, calling, doing stuff, being focused, being like watching your teammates, your crew, and help them. 15 days before to come here, I start like exercising my legs. I start to walking a little bit more because I already know that I'm supposed to do that, and it needs to be easier. And the most important thing in this one is that I came to learn to do it better, to bring all the learning and the lessons from here to my community in Mexico. At the end, that's very important because it's a big event. It's a worldwide event with many nationalities, and everyone is having fun. So at the end, Magic the Gathering is our language, and we understand each other. So it will be amazing. See you later.
I love how he really took a really long time. As you can see, his brain was going all over the place because he was just really excited with it. No, that was not the judge with the Mexican scorekeeper. I can show you something. Hold on, let me see if I can show this image real quick. I know where I'm out of time, but I can show you. Wait, that's not how we did. After loud browse. Does that work? That one. Okay. As you can see, this this is an amazing photo. I love this photo. That's the blue state. So that's Francisco Imarain, Hector Fuentes, and McCoy, the three Mexican judges who decided to dress up because it's Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday, so it's quite cute. So no, that was not the judge. Fabian did not dress up. Fabian did dress up. Yeah, there were sombreros everywhere. That was great. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun in MagicCon Minneapolis, but I was also really tired after the whole thing because although I know I'm supposed to take care of myself, you still are going to feel tired because it is really, really crazy. So the best advice, make sure that you are always getting ready yourself and to make sure that you can go through all 3 days and come back and feel well. If you guys have any more questions, you can ask me, you can DM me, and also please give me feedback about my presentation. I do not want to do hey, this is my slides, this is what I wanted you to know, and just lecture at you. I just wanted to have a conversation and show you the amazing stuff that I get to do when I'm traveling to big events. So that's it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions right now, we could probably take it. That's me at the US Bank. If you know, I do this sort of thing everywhere. Peace.